Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how altcoin season has changed forever, and you guys probably already missed it because you guys was waiting for the actual traditional altcoin season, even though it had happened multiple times. So before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 30k subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video. Comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down here, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can ask your questions on how does that Patreon group works. As you guys know, we have been getting into some bangers, and we honestly been experiencing altcoin season. You guys can see it through all the posts we've been making on Patreon here. After you guys go look it through all the posts, you guys can check out the ebook, The Essentials of Mastering Tokenomics. This will help you guys pick out the next gem in your cryptocurrency. Once you're able to understand market cap, FDV, circulating supply, narrative vesting, all of that is very important to picking out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio. So check that out. Links for that will be in the description down below. And after you do all that, you guys can sign up for the Patreon group, test it out, see if the Patreon is for you guys, because you guys know we've been getting into some crazy bangers and you guys do not want to miss out on them. Lastly, don't forget to get a cold storage wallet. I use Tangem. Use code everything altcoin to save yourself 10%. And let's get right into the video, guys. Now today, when you guys go on crypto Twitter, if you guys are even on crypto Twitter, but there's always a lot of discussions on, is there a 4-year cycle? Is there an extended cycle? When is altcoin season? Things like this, right? Like Fuel here puts out this tweet. The chart is mind-blowing. We are about to witness the biggest altcoin season ever if this trend continues. Fuel Z bags. While you also have, well, Satoshi that also shows the same exact thing, right? Well, not really shows the same exact thing. They show it in a different way, a different chart, to try to show you or tell you on the aspect of altcoin season is approaching very soon. Now, there's several factors on to why I believe altcoin season is changed forever. We're not going to get it the same altcoin season that you pretty much believe that you was looking for pretty much, or was sold on coming into this cycle here. Now first, let's look at the altcoin season index. Now some people may like this, may not like this, right? But when you guys go look at it, it's clear we have had altcoin season a few times here. Going into 2024, this is pretty much the end of the bear market, right? You had the peak where a lot of the older altcoins coming into this cycle here started to pump. This is where you got the first narrative of like AI. Some people call it the AI run just then, right? Then after that, we dumped a little bit, but then you guys can see just right before we ended off the year of 2024 and going into January 2025, you guys can see we also peaked here again, but this was also more focused on AI agents more than anything. This is where you experience that altcoin season, right? And again, we kind of just had it September, nothing crazy at that time. Really nothing was a real standout during that time, but you guys can see we have peaked over this line here where it says altcoin season. For some people, you probably wasn't in the right altcoins. We're going to dive into that a little bit more too, because Arthur Hayes was on Cal Chasse's show not too long ago, and this is the tweet that they put out. This is a little highlight here that I wanted to highlight for you guys, right? Altcoin season never left, right? Arthur Hayes says, no altcoin season usually means you didn't own what pumped. I agree with that. Altcoin season is always happening. It just rotates into new winners, not CoinGecko number 255. Now, whether you like Arthur Hayes or don't, that's besides the point at this point in time. We're just talking about this one point, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh, I don't really like Arthur Hayes, he's been wrong so many times. But we're just talking about this one point here. Now, looking at something like virtual protocol, just to show you guys, just to give you guys a little bit of example here, this actually, its chart actually matches perfectly with the first altcoin season, not the second altcoin season we talked about. As you guys can see, we peaked out around January here, January 2nd at $4.55. I thought it was at like $5, but we peaked out around there. As you can see here, you guys go look again from like December right there. That's the peak, close to the peak pretty much of the altcoin season there, which means pretty much if you was in virtual protocol during that time like we experienced an altcoin season that coincides with this actually right here. Right now, for other altcoins, something like Ondo, you guys can go ahead and look into it from all-time low of being 8 cents about 2 years ago, January 2024. That's coming from the 2023 bear market that we just started getting into, right? then getting right into the high of December 2024, right before getting into the new year of 2025 here. So it got up to about $2.14, right? So a lot of people, if you was in this play here, you experienced an altcoin season, but not all RWA plays had an altcoin season. And to that note, it was also more like a revolving door around altcoins narratives. You had one narrative that was hot, then you rotate to the next narrative that was hot again. Then you also had meme coin season, which was a narrative in itself, where that everything went ballistic in that one. All in all, it's to say pretty much that altcoin season wasn't sustained, or wasn't like it looked like before, where all pretty much the altcoins pumped and had like major runs. Now we could talk about why that is, which people don't like to hear it as well. Liquidity was sucked from, you know, utility altcoins and things like that to go into memes. Also, when you go look into it here, you guys can see the amount of altcoins that just came in this cycle itself was tremendous. You guys can see 2024 here, coin market cap shows we had just under 2 million total cryptocurrencies, right? But now you go into pretty much now where we're at 28.53 million tokens. Now a lot of that is some trash, some doo-doo, some meme coins, of course, all of that, but that still is altcoins that is taken out from major liquidity from other altcoins that could have benefited from that. So just to say, the amount of altcoins that came out this cycle here was just so much compared to the previous cycles, where everyone was betting on different plays, right? You had YouTubers that would talk about crypto A, you have me, I'll talk about a crypto B, another group of people that will talk about crypto C, and that has a lot of people divided, where we couldn't just like all come together and just bet on one single thing, right? You see it all the time, especially when it comes down to memes, right? Where there's one successful meme, then people want to create the next one, then the next one after that, and it just keeps spreading out the money, where people want to keep flipping, and not actually stay in that same altcoin. And not to mention, the overall market has been all shaky entire cycle. And then you also got overvalued altcoins as well, right? Some altcoins, even when they started, like when they come out, they were pretty high in evaluation. That turned away retail investors, especially knowing that, you know, the dumpage is going to come very soon because of private sell investors going to get their tokens soon and they're going to start to dump. So that had retail users just trying to stay away from these altcoins, and they were more focused on like fair launches and things like that. So there's been a lot of different factors that changed altcoin season for us. And if you guys were in like the proper narrative at the right time, you guys would have experienced altcoin season. But a collective altcoin where you could pick altcoin on CoinGecko 255, right, and that thing runs 30x or whatever, I don't think we're going to get that again. There's just going to be rotations that just going to keep happening, especially now with regulations coming into the space, bigger players in this space. There's going to be different kinds of altcoins that people are going to want to focus on. So the cycle is going to get tougher, and altcoin season has changed, and I believe that we all should like understand that right now. This cycle is pretty much going to benefit or reward those that do more research and look into, like, you know, altcoins that are building fundamentally, have great partnership, great tokenomics. That's the key part too as well, especially when it comes down to these utility tokens. You guys see my favorite altcoin, Peak. It has terrible tokenomics. It's going to keep dumping for a little bit, especially how the market is looking, right? But it has pretty good partnerships. It has a lot going for it, just the tokenomics just doesn't look good for it. And that has me also change the way I'm looking at this market and how I'm picking these new altcoins as well. If you guys want to get help picking out this new altcoins, you guys got to join that Discord. We're going to be having a lot of these conversations here. Altcoin season isn't going to be the same anymore, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys believe my thesis on altcoin season has changed forever? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't subscribed already yet, please do so. We're on the road to 30K subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.